D-Lo for boxing. All right, y'all. So, in light of the interview that Errol Spence Jr. gave to his girlfriend AO on her channel, I enjoyed the interview. You know, I thought it was very informative. An inside look at Errol Spence Jr. of what he wanted to share with the fans about who he is as a man, who he aspires to be, what he's gone through, what he still goes through. You know, what makes him tick, what he's motivated by, and things like that. You know, I thought that was pretty cool to share. You know, a lot of times we see these athletes and all we see is what we see when they're performing. So it's cool to see, you know, them from a more of a personal aspect, and them open up a little bit and, you know, tell you a little more about themselves. You know, and me personally, you know, I can take it or leave it. You know, I don't go looking for that type stuff, but when I stumble across it and it's interesting, I'll check it out. You know, one thing I'll say about the whole situation, I'm not here to dissect it and pick it apart to try to poke fun at this or draw some type of praise for him out of that. I'll just say that one thing I see, just like I say all the time, when it comes to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., if either of those guys come out and say anything, the fans that are pro that fighter and the fans that are against that fighter or pro the other fighter have two totally different perspectives on what they heard. I mean, they basically take the same information and they make it mean what they want it to mean. I kind of, you know, I've been going around to a couple channels, you know, trying to catch some live streams, listen to catch up on some boxing conversations, and this topic comes up, and then I'm looking at the comment section and what people are saying. I'm like, man, I watched that interview start to finish. That wasn't said. You know, and like the Crawford piece was very small, but there was very little to take from that to make it negative. But I've seen that being taken as a negative towards Spence, and I've seen it being taken as a negative affirmation toward Crawford being the problem with the negotiations. So, I mean, I just look at it like this, man. I think grown men say what they mean. They mean what they say. I think if Errol Spence Jr. Felt the need to say that Terence Crawford was the holdup, then he would have came out and said that. I feel like if he wanted to say that it was some other reason that was the holdup, he'd have come out and said that. If he wanted to say that, you know, he himself has been the holdup, he'd come out and said that as well. But it's like, you guys will never stop wanting to be a part of the negotiations, wanting to be a part of what's going on and trying to make it about something that's not. These guys have gotten on the phone, had conversations. The man actually said that he and Crawford got on the phone, talked about 40 minutes or so, but only about, you know, say 15 minutes of that was talking about the fight. And they were just talking about their families and things like, you know, things of that nature. So to me, I look at it like these guys don't have near the venom and vitriol and bad blood for each other that y'all fans seem to have for one another over two guys that, you know, in most cases don't even know you're out here, you know, and they don't share your opinions of the other guy. You know, they don't share your opinions of what's going on in negotiation. They don't share your opinions of what's breaking news and what's a legitimate update and what real sources are. So it's like, man, give it a rest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to fight, like I said many, many times, I know a lot of y'all don't give a shit what I got to say, but like I said many, many times, if you want to see the fight, build it up. When and if the fight gets made, do your part to help, you know, bring visibility to the fight. A lot of y'all have made a lot of money talking about this fight for years and years. You know what I'm saying? Give a little bit back by continuing to keep the things going, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, in my opinion, those guys are more alike than they're different. And one of the ways they are alike is I think they're both gonna fall short of really promoting this fight the way it needs to be promoted. Even though it's not, I always say it's not their job, it's the promoter's job. But nowadays that seems to fall on the fighters. And I just don't see these two guys' personalities really creating a whole bunch of buzz for the fight. It's all about what they've done in the ring. So that's where they're gonna need you fanboys, and not just fanboys, let me take that back. Boxing fans who want to see the fight do well or want to make sure the fight happens. That's what they want. That's where your energy is going to be needed. Because these two, I just can't see them getting it done. And I'm not saying that the fight's won't be a success if it happens. I think the people who are involved in the fight making it happen and the bean counters know what has to be done to make the fight a success in terms of from a monetary standpoint. But I also feel like, for y'all fans who want to be so involved, that's going to be your opportunity. That's going to be your opportunity to put your stamp on it and say, this was my contribution to helping build a fight. Because all y'all really doing and have done up to this point is be in the way of the fight. Your big contribution has been fight blocking. All y'all do is talk about why the fight shouldn't happen. But y'all don't realize is what you're saying. You say everything except for what you need to say because you're too busy tearing down the other guy for the sake of propping up the one you want to support. When in reality, it takes both of them to make the fight. The fight's big because of both guys. And if you sit there and tear one guy down for the sake of building up the other one, you're tearing down the fight. I mean, we didn't see a whole lot of that with Ryan Garcia and Tank. Ryan Garcia hadn't done anything to actually build up the fight in terms of what he had done in the ring. All Ryan's stuff was outside the ring, but nobody was just tearing down Ryan's resume and just tearing down, the fact that he'd never been in a title fight, he turned down title fights, all that, because they knew that wasn't conducive to helping promote the fight as what they were promoted as, which was super fight, mega fight, etc. So if we want to see this fight be successful, can't get on here every day tearing down both of the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because casuals going to look at it like, why should we support this? These guys ain't nothing. If you listen to this group of guys, they telling you the other guy ain't nothing. And if you listen to that group of guys, they telling you the other guy ain't nothing. So if that's the case, why support the fight? It's two nothing-ass fighters fighting each other if you listen to what you guys say. But I'm going to leave it at that. That's all I got on it. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Get y'all ass out of the way. I'm out. Peace.